Hello and welcome back to National Busways West Scotland, here at the Palmedy Garage in Glasgow, where it is 23:41 the day before this goes live. So this video goes live in just over 6 hours and I've just started recording, isn't that lovely? But yeah, we're at PO, because PO has a very varied fleet. For the West Scotland series, we have two different types of minibus in the Marshall and the Baby Dart. Love the Baby Dart. Baby Dart's lovely. We will get more of those, and we'll also get solos eventually, but not for PO. We have Renowns in 3 different liveries. We have B10TL massive things, and we have the problem children, the DB250s that had the massive recall. And PO does want to get rid of their DB250s. They're not in a huge rush because the recall has fixed them, and they aren't super unreliable, but they don't want to risk it happening again. PO does currently have a few big challenges, if you could call them that, with their allocation. Because, well, they don't have enough triaxles, and the 15 is quite unreliable. If I go to statistics, show tour details. Ooh, we're carrying a lot of people, that's very nice. Show tour details. Sort by average delay. There we go. The N21 is very delayed, but that's fine, because it's a night bus. The 15, it's yikes. It's very yikes. I don't know what's going on there. And yeah, the 16 has the same problems. And do you know what fleets they pull from? Yeah, they pull from the triaxle fleet. So that's not fun. Not fun at all. But it's fine. I have a plan. The first thing I'm going to do is move all of the Renowns so that they're all together on this side. Because there's only one... Hang on, VTA 45 doesn't have an allocated spot. Is VTA 45 even in? It's driving shift at the moment. I'll just move VT. I'll just, give it its space back. There we go. And I need to mute Facebook on my laptop. Mute tab. So yeah, there's no space to grow the VTA fleet because the Renowns are in the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move all of these over. You go there. You go there. You go there. Just they'll all go over. And the Renowns were very important to the start of the episode because there's a problem with the Beltway that has gone unsolved since I put the 30 this one in. I think it's the 30C. It's the clockwise one. Yeah, 30C. So I need to bring up the 30C. There we are. No, it's not the 30C, it's the 30A. Are these backwards? No, it's just... Oh yeah, these are inverted. But as you can see, the 30A goes here. It goes to Pollokshaws Road and Nithsdale Drive, which it shouldn't. So I'm just going to delete that stop. Which should also, in theory, make it a little bit more reliable. Pollokshaws Road, Nithsdale Drive. Delete. Yeah, it's taken a minute off the routes runtime. So I'm just going to do that. And hopefully the beltway doesn't need reassigning, because that's going to be pain. Because that means probably a load of other renowns are going to come unassigned, which I don't want to deal with. Which is why I've put it off until now. So, the plan. More VTAs. Confirm. There we go. The plan is for more VTAs. And we're going to have, well, more VTAs here. But today's actually going to be a Paisley episode, because I feel like we've had a few Paisley episodes, a fair few Paisley episodes, to the point that we've got a second shed at Paisley, for the bus garage, and yet we've only got 2 local routes around Paisley with the ALX200s. Well, that needs to be fixed. So let me bring up my little note that I made with routes that I'm going to put in. And what we're going to do is we're going to put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 local routes. This is going to be a route heavy episode. And one of those routes plus another that I've not counted as part of the 5 will serve the airport, which is going to be very fun. So. First one we're going to do is the 116. So let's get my colour. Really, I should be doing my local services with this lighter colour, but meh. Okay, Route 41 of the series so far. 116, this is going to be Phoenix Retail Park to... Ooh. Why does game not like me? Game doesn't like me. I just tried to type... Oh, it's auto-saving. To Gallowhill. Gallowhill is over here. So it's just going to be a quick cross-town service. I've got it down as needing ADLs, but it may end up using ADSs. I'll see what the loadings are like. Anyway, post me if you don't mind. Thank you very much. And there is the 116. Running between Phoenix Retail Park and Gallowhill, it takes 40 minutes end to end. Or 40 minutes return before I've added any timing to it. So, we'll see. It should be able to run... I mean, it could run every 15 minutes with a vehicle requirement of 3 or 4, quite reliably. So, I'll get the timetable done, I'll get stops named, all that jazz. And there is the 116. It runs between Phoenix Retail Park up through, I believe it's called Tannehill. I'm going to check on this map, on Google Maps. It's open on my laptop off to the side. Is it called Tannehill? It is called Tannehill. Tannehill is here. in through Paisley's town centre, then up that way and around Gallowhill. All the stops have been named because, you know, I'm doing that now because we're professionalism, you know? Anywho, next one we have, I have this whole like series of consecutive numbers because I want to stop having all these massive gaps. I'm pointing at the screen like you can see me. I'm very good at this, guys. 117. And that's going to start from Shortroods Road, which I believe is this. Yeah, so it'll do this. It'll do this sort of circuit. And then the 118 will come in much the same way, but it'll go around here instead. You know, things make sense. So, 117. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. New route. Hang on, I've not got my orange. I need to get my orange. Yeah. New route. Oh, it's AB 6000. That's like really easy to remember. Maybe I should just remember it. Right, this is the 117. Shortroods to Glenfield. Which, if you don't know, Glenfield is right in the southern end of Paisley, which is like it's down here. So it's another big cross town for Paisley, which is nice. And naturally, the circuit that I want to do, like this, has no stops on it. Love that. But we move. Yeah, post me. Take it away. And is the 117. The 117 is, it's very long south of the town centre. It goes all the way down to the bottom, but then because of the way that the northern side of Paisley is, it sort of just goes just a little bit. But it does go almost to the edge of Paisley, technically. It just doesn't go to the airport. Because, you know, that's what later routes this episode are for. That's the 117. And there's a lot of bus stop naming to do on this one. Like, there is so much. Like, pretty much everything down Stanley Road is called bus stop. Which is not good in the slightest. Anywho, I'm going to probably make this every half hour with 15-minute peak time headways. That seems fairly reasonable. Yeah, that seems very reasonable. So I'll get this done. And there is the 117. All done. I had to rename basically every stop between here and the end of the route. Almost every single one of these had to be renamed. So that took forever. I've now been recording for over an hour. Which means, unfortunately, we're not going to get the new vehicle type in that I wanted today, because I want to put in the heavy hitter, which is going to be the 123. So, and bus route. Third route in a row, I've not bought any buses yet. Alpha Bravo 6000, 123. This is going to be Renfrew to Paisley Foxbar. So, we're actually going to be starting in Renfrew from the Afton... is it Afton Drive or Afton Road? Afton Drive, which is this. I'll start it from the bottom end of it though. So there, and then this is going to say Renfrew /N Afton Drive. Isn't that lovely? And then, you know, PostMe's going to do his thing. The 123 is done. Again, it's quite a long route, considering that it's like a local service. But it's a local service in Renfrew and a local service in Paisley that join together to serve the airport. So it's an interesting one. And all three routes that we put in today will use the ADL type, which are the 10.7 meter Dart ALXs, which I do quite like. Obviously, if I didn't like them, I wouldn't be using them, hence why there are no streetlights in the South Coast series. Anywho, you know the rules. I'm gonna disappear again and magic myself back when there's something more to talk about. I've named all the stops and I've done the timetable. Not only that, I have decided that the 116 will use the ADS type, which is the tiny 8.8 meter mini ALX. Hopefully that doesn't bite me in the long term. I just want to use mini ALXs today. The 117 and 123 will both use ADLs. So I will need 17 ADLs. I'll make that 18. I'll round up the 117's allocation. 18 ADLs and 6 ADSs. I don't know if I'll be able to afford all that, but we'll see. Let's go over to Shed 2. And I'll just swing myself all the way over here so that I'm at the very end, ready to go. I think the first ones I'm going to buy are the ADSs because they're the different ones, they're the fancy ones. There they are. No PIS. Don't need them. They're definitely not going a Group 104. They get their own vehicle type. ADS type. There we go. Isn't that nice? Isn't that cute? And we're going to get 6 of them. And here's an ADS type. Isn't it just adorable? Please ignore my computer dying in the background, thank you. These things are just so frumpy and small and cute. Like, I love these things so much. My ALX200s have the legals on this side. They absolutely do not need them there. They only need to be on this side. Please ignore. Thank you. Right, now it's time to buy some ADLs. And I'll probably just skip to when these arrive in the garage because you've seen ADLs before. And here they all are. Okay, the ADSs and ADLs have arrived in just like completely random order. There's a random ADS there. There's just random ADSs throughout this whole... What's going on? Right, okay, you're an ADS. You're an ADS. You're an ADS. Then you're an ADS. Where's the next ADS? There's one. This is getting difficult. There's an ADS. Hello. It's oh no, that. Now there should be 6 ADSs, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. Everyone's all in the right place, roughly. So I will get these all set up and ready to join the fleet for either tomorrow's services or this evening's ones. And finally we have SO51PYZ. Of course, just as I get everything set up, the game decides it wants to either have a moment or do an autosave. Love that. Okay, yeah. And finally, we have SO51PYZ, better known as ADL314. So there we go. Obviously the ADL numbers are very, very high because the ALX200 was actually in production for quite a long time. And maybe we liked the ALX200 more than the Pointer. I don't know. It's a plot point. But the ADSs, we have our first ones, but again, we start from 73. And we've managed, or I have managed, this is not team effort, this is me. But I bought 24 vehicles. And excluding I and Q, which you can't use on a license plate, there are 24 letters in the alphabet. So we have every letter that you can use on the license plate, SO51PYA to SO51PYZ. which I'm very happy about. I don't know, it just pleases my nerd. Oh dear, not all of these are... Oh, I need to... Oh. Right. Okay. ADS, ADS, ADS. ADL. 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 Perfect. Everyone's done. So now all I need to do is... Oh no, wait, I need to make sure the 116 wants ADS type buses. Edit timetable. It wants ADLs at the moment. We want it to run with ADSs though. There we go. So now all of our routes want the correct bus type. Well, we'll see if the ADS is correct for the 116. I have a sneaking suspicion that it's not. So let's activate. Ooh, this is taking a while. These route activations take so long in... I mean, is this late game, really? I've not even done my 10th map expansion yet. Like, I consider this quite early game. And I actually do like having the... Like, the fact that I can only release one episode of this a week has paced me. Like, I really like that, because I would have sped through this and I would probably had a bunch of really poor ideas for routes. But doing it like this has meant I sort of, you know, sit back and I look at my network and think, where would be a good route to add next? And sort of, what does a good network look like? And, you know, it's kind of fun to just record a game that you enjoy playing. That also comes into it as somewhat. The only real downside to recording your gameplays is the recording does add a little bit of extra strain onto your system, which, if your system's sort of borderline, could, you know, tip it over the edge and make it somewhat unplayable. Which I'm not saying is exactly what's happening with this, because recording hits your CPU and GPU mostly, and mostly your CPU, but that depends on your encoding. City Bus Manager, it will have moments where it wants a lot of your CPU, but it mostly wants RAM and storage. And I've got 16 gigs of DDR3 RAM, and the game is stored on a spinning hard drive, so it's just fun for me, right? Alright, let's see. Tomorrow, what's the damage? Because we also have the... Do we have enough drivers here? We have enough drivers here? And apparently we're short ADS. We're short an ADS type. How fun. 1140 it needs to come free. Oh yeah, we only have the one page of them. Hang on. Does the reset... The 107 doesn't have a preferred vehicle group. That might be why. It might be chucking ADSs on... In fact, I know exactly what it was doing. It was chucking ADSs on quiet 107 shifts. Which, absolutely not. So, edit timetable. 107. 107. 107. 107. Perfect. That's now there. I don't need to hit the depot button to go back to the depot I just came from. I just hit escape. See? Funny how that works. Right, let's see what we have now. Assign buses to this depot. And it's this 1140 that's not going consistently. Which does make sense. However, not anymore. In fact, now it might even be somewhat reliable. In fact, yeah, I like all of these shift transitions. Those are nice. And then the only other the rest of these should be beltways, which is indeed what it appears to be, as specifically the 30A. So I'll get these done, and I'll skip forward to tomorrow in game. And it is time for the first of our new Paisley town services. And we're going to start with the 116, because it uses the adorable new ADS type. Ooh. So this is first run of first day, so I'm not expecting huge numbers as normal. But what I'm looking out for is this bar, the loading bar, staying green. Because if it stays green, in theory it should be fine-ish in peak time, and it's already not staying green. This is suboptimal. However, it's not going that far into the yellow, so I'm not too concerned. And as we come up into Gallowhill, it is indeed staying green, which is fine. I think as that goes into Gallowhill School, I will head over to the top of the 117, where this one's just set off, and we'll follow this one through down to Glenfield. This main road loop around Paisley Town Centre is so confusing. I have no idea what's going on there. But I'm almost curious, like, I mean, Paisley's a long way from London, but I'm half tempted someday to go to Paisley, ride the buses, see what's going on with that main road section. Because in real life, there's actually no stops on it. And I almost wonder if it's like a big roundabout with traffic lights. And, like, that is the sort of place you would not have a bus stop. So it's like, have I just placed two of the world's worst bus stops? Or is it going to be fine? Speaking of, is it going to be fine? This is pretty solidly in the yellow. And it's not even 6 AM yet. That said, it's already back in the green. But still, these loadings are quite high for this early in the morning outbound. I was not expecting that. And this is going to do the 6 o'clock back into Paisley. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go and join this 123 over in Foxbar. And this is on 605 up to Renfrew. So hopefully we'll pass a 116 somewhere, and we'll see how that's going to fare, because it has just started peak time. We'll zoom out, not that much, just a bit. There we go. So that way we've got more chance of seeing a 116 as we get closer to the town centre. But as things are, the loadings aren't doing too badly on this, which is nice. The 116 and the 123 are the ones that I sort of worried about, loadings wise. Because the 116 I put tiny buses on, and the 123, it serves the airport. You know, I think that's a fairly justified reason to be concerned for capacity. Look, no, that's a 110. Oh yeah, there's a 116 that's absolutely maxed out. Oh dear. I will pay the 116 a visit after this has come to Renfrew. Right, we are a little late into the airport, but we have plenty of stand there. That was deliberate. I think it's got 4 minutes of stand time, but that's just to round it up to like the next 5. It's like each time I put 4 minutes in, I wanted to put 5. But, you know, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, not much of a difference really. And coming into Renfrew, still in the yellow, that's... These ADLs, they're not big buses. They're really not. What does this do loadings-wise in Renfrew? Does it just... yeah, completely empty. Nice. Let's take this 107 back to Paisley. Oh no, wait, the 107 doesn't go to Paisley. The 107 goes to... let's join this 110. Actually, let's not. Let's teleport over to Gallowhill. And wait for this to depart at 709. And yeah, it's oh dear. It's red. It's full. It is. Bus is full. That's it. This bus is spoken for. Oof. Yeah, maybe I should have put ADLs on this route. If I had just made a livery for the 10.2 meter, we wouldn't be here because I would be using ADMs. But I don't think that far into the future, so, you know. Although ADMs will be coming. ADMs will be the 10.2 meter variant, as opposed to the 10.7s, which are the ADLs, and the 8.8s, which are these ADSs. And finally, before I wrap up, the final change I made, the 30A, we just saw it happen there. It didn't come down Pollokshaws Road. Because that is not something that a bus would do. That you just wouldn't do that. That's not safe. And highly inconvenient to serve one bus stop. So now the Beltway is actually realistic. The 116 needs bigger buses from get-go. But Paisley now has a town system, which is very nice. Paisley's town system will grow. I had plans for an additional Route 118 from Shortroods to this estate, from Shortroods up here, down to this estate down here, which I've just said will terminate at Ben Lawyers Park, because I don't know the name of this estate at all. The 121, which will go from this hospital down here, which is an absolutely ridiculous name that I'm not going to say out loud. There you are, you may read it and enjoy it. Oh, it did the thing where it jumps. Oh, City Bus Manager, I love this game, but where's the hospital that has a stupid name that I'm not going to say out loud? There it is. This hospital has a stupid name, not going to say it out loud. And that would go like across this way into this hospital, which has a normal name, Royal Alexandra, and then down to here. And then there was one more non-town service, which would have actually used VWs. The 125 from starting and finishing at the airport. There, obviously, you know, the airport. Going down through Paisley this way, into Barhead, and across to Neilston. Which probably would have been the heavy hitter of all of the routes. Well, like the heaviest hitter, but I decided the 123 would be instead. Because I'm smart, I guess. I don't know. But But there we are. I have been recording for how long now? I started this at 23:40 something. Yeah, I've been going for 2.5 hours. So, if I have any hope in hell, to give myself any hope in hell of releasing this video on time, I better cut it there. And the game has decided it wants to have a moment, so we're going to finish on the map view, which is certainly a turn of events. But I think with that, I will see you next time. Bye bye.